I'm not gonna call myself a color because that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, now you can't say that and not like elaborate on what you meant. Let me hear what you got to say. Let me hear.
Because all right, a color doesn't have history, doesn't have culture, doesn't have a language. All it is just a color. It's an adjective. It's not a noun.
Okay.
It's a corporate designation. It's an adjective.
Okay.
That's a fact. There's what's Black history? It's made up. It's not real. Because black technically has no history except being the color.
Okay.
Because all right, it's all propaganda and politics. It's all because all right.
No, I'm listening. No, I'm hearing where you're coming from.
I'm not even chuckling at you. I'm just chuckling at because what we about to get into. So
yeah, you're gonna get some feedback for this, but it's okay. You know, if you believe it, you gotta stick with it, bro.
It's not even belief. It's just think about it. You're calling yourself this. It's just nothing. Sheet of paper or just a space.
The correct term is we're African American.
That's false too.
So then what's the correct term?
Because not all people come from Africa. Not all people that look like.
What are your descendants?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever gonna know.
Okay.
A lot of us don't know because the history got wiped away.
That's true too. But if you look it up, I mean, there's answers out there.
True indeed, but
and unless you're most black people, because black refers to our pigment, our skin pigment, because we have darker skin pigment.
Yeah, but it's not black though.
What's
our pigment? If you want to go by a color, you can at least say brown, because this is black.
Okay.
What we got on is black right now. That's technically the color I hear.
Let's go that brown. Okay, you want to refer to yourself as brown, which is what other people refer to us too. People that look like us, most of our descendants are either from the Caribbeans or from Africa. So either you're black Caribbean American or you're African American.
But I'm putting it to you like this: who says everybody only came from one area?
Oh yeah, we know African. Well, we know black people in general. We come from all different sides of the continent. That's
everywhere.
No doubt for us.
So, with that information in mind, a little, whatever, don't know exactly where they come from. That's a fact.
But see, you're looking. I think I hear what you're saying, but I think you're and it's what you're saying is not wrong, right? Because if you don't know, which I recommend everybody find out what your history is, find out where you come from, where your people come from, where you're from. Knowing who you are is an important process of forming and knowing your self identity. Two, I think the reason why I say it's an idealistic concept, and the reason why I say it's an idealistic concept is because even though you look at it like that, the system does not.
All right, let's speak on that then.
We can dive on that.
A system that was created
that
was created.
Yeah.
Have certain people above, certain people below. And that's just how it is.
And it still is.
And it's not going to change until it's over.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to complain about said system because I know this is what it is. Now, in order to get what you need to get and achieve what you want to achieve, you use the tools that the system provides and do what you need to do to get you and your family to where they need to be.
Yeah.
Because one can't help everybody, two, everybody doesn't want help. And you got to make sure before you help anybody else, you and your household is good.
So you're saying basically, F the community for to each their own. Survival of the fittest.
I wouldn't say F the community, but does the community care about you?
I think in terms of where your community is.
And look, what community are you talking about?
Exactly.
And
what community are you referring to? Because you essentially made the statement. I can speak on my community where I'm talking about, but what are you referring to?
I'm just referring with me as an individual in general, because I'm not about to put myself to belong to a community. Because I don't know how they think, I don't know how they are. Because I
gotta call you on now, brother. I think that's bull. I think you know exactly which community you're talking about.
All right, say it.
I don't. Because like I said, I don't. I can speak for my community back at home, back in Jersey.
Yeah, all right.
My community that's composed of majority of African Americans. That's my community.
Got you. I don't belong to a community. I have my family.
Okay.
And I'm an individual that belongs to my family where I was born.
And that's a community, family community.
Yeah.
Community of family.
Okay. Fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna say, oh, I belong to the black community, because that's not a concept that's a false concept.
Okay. So the black community hasn't, in some way, any form or fashion, helped you become the man or influence any part of your growth or who you are today?
I would see this way. I've learned a lot of different things from a lot of different people and a lot of different resources.
Well, no, we ain't gonna do that. I asked you a specific question.
You gotta wait for me to get to my point.
Okay.
Because I have a way to get to my points. I never get there because everybody always likes to cut me off while I say.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna hear you out, brother.
I've learned a lot of different things from a lot of different people, a lot of different places, and through my gaining of knowledge from people that actually look like me, that I've gotten to this point that I found out that black, quote unquote, is just a color, not an actual race, not an actual culture, not something that I need to call myself because it's not real. It's just a corporate designation to put everybody in the group to make it easy to identify. That's not real.
I understand it. This is appropriate way how to be able to disagree to agree. I hear what you're saying. I respect what you're saying as my friend. However, I disagree though. I disagree.
That's fair.
Because blackness is embedded in our history, and well, I can't say our history because
what's the definition?
Apparently, you don't go along with our history. Blackness doesn't have. Yes, blackness is not tied to ethnicity, but it's the color of our pigment. I'm brown skin. I'm African American. Yes, even though I'm not black, I have family members who are the skin tone of black. Blackness is more than a skin pigment. It's tied to our history. It's who we are. And it is a culture, because if it's not, why do we have the term culture appropriation? Because why is there different ethnicities copying our wave, our style, who we are and what it means to be black in America? If that's the case, then
because that's all that's been promoted. Is this the term?
No, that's what's been stolen.
That's the term that people like to use. They don't say it's black, so they lump everything together where it's not.
Who?
The people that culture appropriate. That's all that's promoted on TV. That's all the media promotes, and that's all people that may only watch the news knows is the term black culture. That's.
But why?
Because that's how it's marketed.
Gotta dive deep in that, brother. Why? Because they understand, they see and understand the importance of who we are as a people. We sell. We've been selling for centuries now, ever since we were brought over here illegally.
Who says you weren't here already?
Oh yeah, some of us were. Yeah, there were black Native Americans, but we're talking about the 80% or more of other illegal people that were brought over here on this continent.
Who said it was just 80?
I said 80% or more.
Who said? I'm saying it could be less too.
No, it's not less. I can pull up a historical report right now that shows that.
Okay.
Yeah, I try not to speak on anecdotal. Excuse me, I'm not trying. Excuse me on that big word. I try not to speak on facts I don't know. Some of those, yeah.
And who said that quote unquote black people were the only one that's brought over here?
I didn't say they weren't, but we're specifically talking right. See, that's what sometimes people do. We're specifically talking right now about African Americans. So I can't speak on anybody else because I don't have knowledge on anybody else. Specifically, we're both. I'm assuming you're African American.
I don't know that.
Well,
I can't.
Specifically, I can say for me as an African American, my knowledge of my people. Then,
yeah.
So.
That's the main thing. That's one reason I don't even like call myself that as a learner, because there's people that are actually from Africa that do not like people from America because of that fact, because they don't know where they come from, their history. That people say, oh, And if you notice, people will be like, "Oh man, America's so messed up and all that," and then you tell them, "Hey, why did you go back to Africa and all that? Why don't you just leave?"
Mm-hmm.
They don't leave.
Mm-hmm. Well, Africans and African Americans have had this huge like disrupting within our relationship because one, we've had growing up with stereotypes that have been projected to us by white cultures of what Africans are like. So we go out and we, say these stereotypes, and then Africans have stereotypes of African Americans that white culture projects about us as well. That we're lazy, that we don't do anything but have babies. And so that's what some Africans believe about some African Americans. So, yeah, to speak on the differences that you were talking about.
Yeah.
So it's very so there a divide. There's also great unity as well. I mean, where I grew up, there's great unity between African Americans and Africans in the school system of Newark. I mean, our municipal person at the time when I was growing up was African, so it's definitely getting better. I mean, it depends on your experience.
From your point of view, I don't know. Only reason I'm saying I don't know if that's true because I don't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that it might not be true, but people can say a lot of things based on their own experience, which is fine. But at the end of the day, we don't know how much is really going on until nowadays we're in the age of information.
Yeah.
So you can look at all these different people, all the things going on. Say, oh, but people getting shot more. No, we're just seeing it more. Oh, more racism going on. No, we're just seeing it a little more. Oh, so many more court cases on that. No, we're just seeing it more. Because at the end of the day, whatever gets put on TV, it's been chosen.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things happen. People die every day. That's the famous quote is. So for somebody to make it on TV, it's not a magic, they just picked, no. There's a reason this story made it on TV, and that's the reason why this story is going national.